Well, hello there, motherfuckers, and welcome to your Smackdown review. You know, I guess you could say this was slightly more eventful than Raw, that perhaps maybe they, built towards a match. Like, a few of them anyway. You could say there was more continuity, so I guess that would make it a better show. But this show is still so fucking bland. I'm gonna say that. We started off months ago. Most of the YWC agreed that SmackDown was a better show. Only the markiest of the marks thought that Raw was so much better because you had fuckboy Balor on there in the beginning and he was winning the Universal title. So to some people, that was the best that WWE had to offer. Let's start from the beginning, and you'll see like just how bland and boring this show is. We start off with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and here we are, from months and months ago. Oh, this is the final match. This is going to be the last match they're ever going to have. Yeah. But I said that the time that it happened. There's no fucking way that that's the last match between them because these guys' destinies are tied together. And it's just as Owens said. Owens is obviously the winner here in this rivalry. Not only, has he won more matches between the two guys, but he always beats up Zayn. But like he said, he's won more titles. He's done more in his career, and let's face it, he's got more charisma. Kevin Owens may be a fat fucking slob, but the guy actually does have charisma. Sami Zayn, you hear this guy talking, and he's just rattling off lines. So Daniel Bryan gives us the best present we could ever have. Another fucking match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Just what I always wanted. Just what I always didn't fucking want. I mean, my God, how many times are we going to watch these guys? There's one thing about Kevin Owens that they always book him in repeat matches. Either it's fighting Sami Zayn until the end of time, or it's wrestling AJ Styles just a countless amount of times. Or I think when he first won the Universal title and I was taking a little bit of a break from the product, he was wrestling Seth Rollins like every single pay-per-view. I mean, there's something about Kevin Owens that they like booking this guy, in multiple matches against people until you fucking get sick and tired of it and you want to jump out the fucking window. That's all I'm fucking saying. Baron Corbin beat Ty Dillinger by countout. Yes, the guy who's 6'6", 6'7" has to beat this measly twerp by countout. I don't know what it is. Is it, because of the shit he wrote on Twitter, or, they're trying to make Ty more reputable? But does anybody notice this as well? Since Ty Dillinger got on SmackDown, I don't think the guy's won a single fucking match. And yet everybody rages about this guy, like in a positive sense. Oh my God, Ty! 10! I mean, a fucking perfect 10. My fucking God. What is it? I'm still waiting for answers on this from the YWC. Are you guys ignoring me? Why is Ty Dillinger so good? What's so great about him? I mean, this guy's been coming out screaming 10 at the top of his lungs, holding up both hands because, naturally we have 10 fingers. Well, what is it about this guy that draws you to him? Why do you love him so? I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand the Ty Dillinger craze. So, the AJ chases Corbin away. Again, Corbin is running. What do they have, like, problems understanding how to book a guy like Corbin? He's a big, tall guy. So naturally, he should be able to handle the smaller guys more easily. This is like back in the day, if Vader or Shawn or Sid Vicious ran away from Shawn Michaels. It just wouldn't make a whole lot of fucking sense. Why would a big guy that's more than capable of crushing the smaller guys run away? The Usos defeated the excuse me. Actually, first it was Jinder Mahal, and we're doing the same shtick but with a little spin. He showed still pictures. Of course, they had it to have Jinder say, "Maybe I went too far." So there you go again. Just like the same thing with Roman Reigns. I respect you, Cena. What does Jinder say? I respect Nakamurphy. So he's got the pictures of Nakamurphy up, and then one of them starts moving because it's not a picture, right? Okay, I guess you could say that was a little clever, playing off the past 2 weeks of them being still pictures. Nakamurphy comes out and he hits the... How the fuck do you even pronounce that fucking finishing move? What it's called the Shanaska, the Shanitska, the Shanutska. How the fuck you say that shit? If you know how to fucking pronounce that fucking finishing move, I don't know whether to give you a medal or call you the biggest fucking dork on the planet. I'm at a loss for words. I've never, Stone Cold Stunner, Rock Bottom, Tombstone Pile Driver, and then you've got the other big finishing move, the Shanutska. See, this is what I'm saying. This is why this Japanese garbage doesn't work here in the U.S. when it comes to wrestling. It just, listen to the finishing name. Also, when we're listening to names and shit, like I said, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, The Undertaker, Triple H, Shitcake Nakamurphy. It just doesn't fit in, folks. It just doesn't. I'm saying this guy is overrated. There's a reason why they kept away from these guys for so long. Because it doesn't fit in with the rest of wrestling. And go ahead, call me a racist, call me anti-Japanese, call me anything you want, motherfuckers. I said it time and time again. If you like this type of shit, go watch it. It's on Access TV at 4 o'clock in the morning or some shit. Then we had the Hype Bros, and they lose again. What's his name? Tagged in to I always forget his fucking name. The other guy that tags with Zach. That's how memorable he is. Tags in, and then he ends up getting beat. So the Usos then confront New Day at ringside. I kind of liked how Big E pulled the microphone out of the popcorn, but there's still a bunch of annoying fucking dorks. They said that they want to face them in Hell in a Cell, which will make this match more interesting because we only saw it 1,000 times. This is what they could have at least done with AJ and Kevin Owens. I mean, they could have at least, had different gimmick matches if they were going to repeat it over and over again. Charlotte defeated Carmella because the rule is if you hold the Money in the Bank briefcase, you have to lose 1,000 times before you can cash it in successfully. It's like some unwritten rule written by retards. I don't fucking understand what. This is what I don't get. I am going to state what my mentality is versus what their mentality is. If you're going to have a briefcase, you should show that you earned that briefcase. And wasn't the whole thing that Carmella winning was a fluke victory? So they had to actually make a whole entire match. Remember that shit from a few months ago? Because the fans almost caused a fucking riot. They caused some type of retard riot. Oh, Ellsworth helped her win. How disrespectful to a fake match. Remember that shit? Remember how they actually rebooked the match just to fucking settle down the nerds, on the internet? because they were complaining on Twitter, I can't live with myself. Ah! I mean, you know, it was completely ridiculous. I ranted on it. Go check out my older videos if you want to see me talk about that shit and how fucking pathetic it was. How pathetic the people were and how pathetic WWE was for actually trying to rectify a fake match situation. But so here's the mentality that I think they should have. They win the briefcase. Have them. They don't have to win every single match, but they should have a lot of momentum. So then when they do cash in, you're like, okay, I can understand why they're champion. Their mentality is if we have them lose a lot, they're not going to expect when they finally cash in. And I could, if I, you know, retarded my brain and maybe drank some poisonous water from a third world country, and I was stupid and shit like that, I could maybe fucking start to understand that, you know, oh yeah, because that way the fans will be surprised. Stop it! I'm sick of the whole fucking, it's been happening. Every single fucking Money in the Bank winner, it's been the fucking same story. I mean, I think this started with Damien Sandow or some shit. Who did it fucking start with? Yeah, it started with Sandow in 2013. He wins the briefcase, and then every single person after that was a loser. Except for Randy Orton, I guess, in 2014. But, right? You know, everybody, especially with Seth Rollins, right? Remember that? When he fucking, when he won the briefcase, you know, he kept on fucking losing probably more than like any other mid-carder was doing. It was sad. And it's the same situation here. And also, I said, you know, it's funny with, you know, Ellsworth on the collar, with the collar on, but Vince Russo brought up a good point in his podcast last week or the week before. What if it was Carmelo wearing the collar? Can you imagine the outrage? If fans are annoyed at making fun of Asian people with karate shit, can you imagine what the fucking snowflakes on the internet would say if she had the collar on? You know, but that won't happen because, oh, you know, it's okay to have men be cucks and have collars on, but God forbid it, the shoe is on the other foot, or the collar is on the other neck, right? The shoe is on the other foot, the collar is on the other, yeah, okay, you get the point. Dolph Ziggler came out as The Undertaker. You know, nobody was really buying this. Nobody is going to expect The Undertaker to be there, which is kind of sad how predictable the product has become when the fans are not even fooled. So Ziggler had a chance to get some big time heat, but the crowd was too bored by the show and too keen on all the nonsense that's going on lately. So they didn't even fucking care when they heard Taker's music. So he had a good chance to get some heat, but the fans were a little bit too smart, and not smarky smart, but they were just too intelligent is what I'm trying to say. Bobby Roode came out and said, you know, he's a hypocrite, that he's going to... Oh, Bobby Roode. Oh, you still work here. After 2 fucking weeks of not a single mention of Bobby Roode, except for some small video package. Bobby Roode just shows up out of the blue. Well, how you doing there? You know, like, just popped out of fucking nowhere, I suppose. So, I mean, this is something, but we all know, this is the funny thing that kind of kills me about this. Instead of actually putting Ziggler in a program where maybe he could get a win, so maybe, you know, it makes him look like he's not such a complaining loser. But we all know he's going to go on to Hell in a Cell. It will be a hard-fought match, folks. A hard-fought match. But the thing is, he's going to lose. So then he's going to end up back in obscurity. So the guy that made a goofball out of himself, fucking dressing up as other people, Rude is going to beat him, and it's going to be glorious. God. I mean, like, I want to see this match. I'm sure it will be a good match and stuff. And I like that, you know, both of these guys deserve the fucking world. As far as I'm concerned, Ziggler, you know, I don't know. Back when it was Survivor Series and 2014 with Sting, they had another chance to get Ziggler over big time. They had a big fucking chance to get him over, to reclaim the spot that they almost had him at in 2013. But they failed again. And they're going to fucking fail again with him now. I mean, this is not even building him up in any way. I mean, there's not going to be, you know, no one's going to give a fuck when he loses this time. It's going to be pretty much expected. Then in your main event, it was the big, epic, I don't know how many times in their careers they fought each other, but it must be in the fucking hundreds. And not like my sarcastic numbers that I gave for like AJ and Owens, but these guys have literally wrestled each other hundreds of times. In WWE, it must be at least 20 times, right? At least. I'm not counting house shows, of course, because then it would probably be in the hundreds. But, you know, Owens hits the power bomb on the ring apron. They stop the match. Owens attacks him after the bell. He puts the chair around his neck. And then Shane runs out. Owens throws ZAYN into Shane. And then Owens runs away. Owens is running away from Shane McMahon. It's not like The Undertaker is coming after you or Stone Cold is coming after you. Some big tough guy. It's Shane McMahon and he's running away. You know, like I said once again, Corbin runs away and he's how much taller and bigger than Owens. He's running away. Everybody runs away. I mean, it feels like a fucking marathon half the time because everybody's always running all the time. Running all the time, like it's like, my God, every single wrestler runs away or some shit like that on the show. I don't know, guys. Anyway, I guess you could say because there was build up on this show, it related more to furthering feuds. I guess you could say it was a superior show, but really was this really that exciting of a show? I mean, what really on this show was good? You know, like, what was good? What was entertaining? And I just realized I skipped over a whole segment, so let me go back to it. Did I even fucking write it down? I actually didn't. I skipped right over it. Sorry. The segment that I didn't talk about was Rusev and the Bulgarian Pride event or some shit. Aiden English was singing the anthem for Rusev. Then he was doing certain songs. They handed Rusev a key. Then Randy Orton came out and RKO'd Aiden English. He started attacking Rusev, so he got his revenge. I mean, I like the way they implemented Aiden English, but how, I got a feeling they're just going to lose interest in him eventually. I mean, he's just there kind of like as a prop to get RKO'd. All right, so there you go. So that was the whole show. That was the whole review. I forgot about that. I'm sorry. But like I said, was there anything really that was that good or entertaining on this show? Was anything really worth watching? Was this show worth it to sit there and watch? It wasn't entertaining. Like I said, you could say it was better, better than Raw because it felt like it had a little bit more of a reason to exist. But still not a good show by any means. I mean, my fucking God. I mean, this is SmackDown, so, I can't really use no mercy, but I'm saying it's like WWE as a whole. They got hot off their heels off of a good pay-per-view, which hasn't happened in a while. And this is like the product after that. I don't know, guys. This is why they say, we should have abandoned hope a long time ago for this product because there's no signs of it getting any better. And when they do seem like they're getting better, they go right back to square one. Like, that's too much for them. We're doing too good. I can't handle it. I mean, that's exactly how it is. Anyway, motherfuckers, this has been your YWC champ. Signing out.